All right, it's time for our next storyteller, Hank. Guys, give it up for Hank.
I remember walking toward that shabby little store feeling like I was waltzing in wet cement. It was 1979 and I'm a graduate student. And I'm teaching a class in crisis communication. And a student comes up to me and says, "My dad wants to speak to you." Well, it turns out his father is a sergeant for the Washington, D.C. Police Department. And he is charged with starting a new negotiation team, and he wants to know if I would like to apply for a spot. Well, these were the days when social scientists and police officers worked all the time. Besides, I really wanted the experience, and I kind of needed the money. I had some jobs. I mean, I was teaching. I was tending bar for the embassies. I was modeling tuxedos. So I figured, a negotiator? Sure, I could see the connection. And besides, could you imagine getting a date? That's what I was thinking. Oh, yeah. What's that little pager on your belt? Oh, me? That's just, I'm a negotiator. I could save a little village any moment now. Yeah. So nothing happened at all. I go through training, and I am not busy. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting around my apartment on Christmas Eve, and I get a call that I'm supposed to meet a Lieutenant Guthrie at a small mom-and-pop place in southeast Washington. When I get there, it's not anything like you would see on television. There weren't many police cars. There were no lights. There were no reporters, no SWAT, no nothing. I'm told that a middle-aged Caucasian male has just broken into the store, and he's taken 4 people hostage, and he's got a gun. The same officer who tells me this news is over the side. I see him talking to somebody on the phone. He says, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, I'll tell him. And the officer comes over to me and he says, "You got to take this." I said, "Take what?" "This. You got to take this. Guthrie can't make it. You got to take it." "Well, call somebody else," I said. Nobody else around. And I'm thinking, I can't take this. I mean, I didn't actually want to do this, you know. I just thought it would sound really cool. I can't do this. I can't do anything. I'm an academic, you know. But I figure, okay, I'll talk to the guy. Now, these are days where there's no cell phones. You only have a megaphone, you know, the stuff of cheerleaders. So I'm, talking to this guy, "Charlie, what happened? What happened today, man, that would cause you to walk into that store and take 4 people hostage? What happened today, Charlie?" And he's yelling these cryptic things back. "Well, I lost my job. I'm a dad. I didn't know anybody was in here." So I piecemeal together this cryptic stuff that he's lending at me, and I do what negotiators do. I lie convincingly. And even though there's no reporters around, I kind of use that as part of my strategy. And I tell him, "Okay, Charlie, here's the situation. The reporters are going to be here any minute now." Now, I can tell him one of 2 stories. I can tell him that there's a desperate father who broke into the store because he doesn't have a job. He wants to get some gifts so his kids have something to open on Christmas morning. Or I can tell him there's a lunatic that broke into this place waving his gun at 4 people who are wondering if they're going to see Christmas morning. Which story do you want me to tell him? Well, there's a lull, there's a silence, and then I hear him yelling at me. We're about 25 yards away. He's yelling, "Get in here, I'll talk to you." And the police officer looks at me and says, "That would be you." I said, "I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there." He says, "Hey, well, okay, you don't want to go in there, that's your call, but he could have a rage and blow everybody away." Thinking, oh my God. So somehow I have this lump in my throat as big as a Buick. It travels down on my gut and it stays there. And I just put one foot in front of the other and I'm walking, and I'm thinking, how many steps before I get to this place? And what is he going to look like when I get there? What kind of gun is he going to have? And what kind of condition will the hostages be in? And then I thought, I wish I were drunk or stoned so I didn't have to think about everything I'm thinking about right now. And then I thought, what is it going to feel like to be shot? Well, I got there and I opened the door, and there he was. Didn't look very criminal-like to me, but he had a gun. And I said to him, "I'm afraid of you." He said, "Why? You talk to me. I'm not going to hurt you." And I said, "Well, you going to hurt them?" He said, "No, I'm not going to hurt them." Instinctively, I looked like a traffic cop. I sort of put this up in front of him as a shield, and I prompted the 4 to step up and to walk out. And I remember telling the last one, "We're going to be out in a few minutes." and I'm going to signal by opening the door twice, and we're going to come out. When they left, miraculously, I just said to him, put the gun on the ground. And it was a miracle because he did. Wow, I took a deep breath. And then we signaled. I signaled. I opened the door twice. We came out in unison, palms open, toward a very, very, very bright light. And even though my thoughts were muddled, I thought, it's got to be a fusion of fear and pride that even prompted me to do this. You know, all the places you'll go, Dr. Seuss argues, are going to be places of great adventure. Well, this is a place, an adventure that I don't want to return to. But in 1979, Christmas Eve, in Washington, D.C., just a little past 11 p.m., I'm glad I showed up. Peace.